There are phases to sprinting that oftentimes athletes have no clue about. It also might be the reason that you're not able to get faster, and the topic of this video. There are two main phases when it comes to sprinting, an acceleration phase and a top-end speed phase. What you need to know about these phases is there's mechanical differences or movements done in each phase. During the acceleration phase or the beginning of the sprint where you're trying to gain as much speed as you possibly can, optimally your body should be at about a 45-degree angle from neck to ankle, driving your knees up in front of the hip with your foot following in a flexed or dorsiflex position. The legs should be moving more in a piston-like motion, off the ground and in front of the hip in the straightest line possible. Then when you look at top end speed phase and you're further into your sprint and more up to speed, your posture will begin to change, will become more upright, and your legs will be moving in kind of a circular motion versus a straight one. As you see here, an upright posture, when the foot comes off the ground, it's going under the hip, then out in front. The shin swings out and snaps back, ideally underneath the hip. When athletes don't know this difference, it can not only reduce their speed progress, but actually lead to a higher risk of injury, whether it's chronic or acute, because of improper movement mechanics. Oftentimes, athletes that don't work on sprinting technique, or at least know the difference, end up sprinting with not even remotely getting into a good try phase or acceleration phase mechanically, or pretty much just jog fast. So let's look at a little bit more detailed breakdown of each phase and some drills you can implement to work on your technique and your speed. Here you see me doing a wall drill, which is not only a great drill to dial in the movement, but a great drill to slow down and see the differences in leg drive. Put your hands on the wall, keeping your arms straight, and walking your feet back until your body is about a 45-degree angle in relation to the floor. Firmly pressing into the wall, keeping your core tight and heels off the ground. Pull your knee up in front of your body at about the height of the waistband of your shorts or pants. Note, your foot should be flexed towards your shin and nothing else in your position should have changed. And also your up leg should have the same shin angle as the down leg. From here, simply switch the leg by striking down hard back into the ground. This piston-like switching or motion between the legs is what your acceleration phase should look like, all while maintaining a strong postural angle. For the most part, your acceleration phase, just to make this easy here, will be your first 5 to 6 steps. Then you transition into your top-end speed phase. But before we go over that, here are some drills you can do to work on acceleration phase, not only mechanically, but through actual application and speed work. For the most part, you could probably just YouTube them and you'll get a video. Or I might have a specific video out on my page to look at. It just depends on when you're watching this video, whether they're out or not. But I do plan on coming out with videos of all of these drills. But you know how YouTubers work, right? Not saying I'm a YouTuber. Finally, top end speed phase, which I'm just going to show the mechanics versus going through a drill. When you get up to speed or when you're just forced into more of an upright running position, the legs should ideally move as follows. Off the ground, under the hip with the calf coming up to meet the hamstring, pulling your foot underneath your hip. Also notice the knee's position as forward but not down or up yet. Then as the foot and leg cycles around, the knee will punch up and out in front of the hip, with the foot following in a flex position, posture still upright. After the knee gets out in front of the hip, the shin should swing out and snap back hard underneath the hip, making firm contact with the ground. There should be no heel contact when striking, which is a common mistake you'll see all the time, where the foot is making contact out in front of the hip, causing a braking force, and your heel is hitting the ground. Your center of gravity needs to be high and not hunkered down into the sprint. If done correctly, your legs should look like they're moving more in a circle, or your ankle is creating a circular motion, especially in comparison to acceleration phase, where the ankle should be more in a straight line like we talked about earlier. Here are some drills to add weekly into your training regimen that will help out with mechanics or overall speed. Master these two phases mechanics, and you can really take your speed to the next level. Be sure to follow, like the video, and please comment any questions that you have. The whole reason I put these videos out is to help out as many athletes as I possibly can. So ask away, and you never know, maybe you'll ask a question that I can create an entire another video on because it's a good topic for you and everyone else. Thank you.